So today we will discuss the forces in a rolling process. Means some procedure to measure the force or actually pressure required to deform the material during the rolling process. Okay. So actually as a rolling process is a deformation process. So obviously there is involvement of force and uh, before means you have to calculate how much force is required to deform the material means to roll the to deform the material by rolling process to get the thick sheet to thin sheet. Okay, means as for simple example, from thick sheet to thin sheet, to deform from thick sheet to thin sheet is how much rolling pressure is needed or how much rolling pressure actually uh, generated to deform the material by rolling process. So just see in this animated view, see this animated view. Here in the contact zone, in this zone, the color is red. Okay. This is actually a simulated animated view, a simulation of a rolling process. Okay. So from this simulation, this is the this contact zone. The color in this contact zone is red. Okay. And first, when the material enters into two rollers, at that time the color of the material is blue. But whenever the material pass from these two rollers, the color changes. Okay, it becomes from blue to red. Okay, and in intermediate there are another colors yellow and like this. So and this is actually the bar diagram of the color has. That means from this diagram the lower color, that is blue color, is actually represent the lower force and or force or stress region. Actually this lower means blue color represent the lower force or lower load or lower stress zone, this blue color, and this red color represent the higher. So means this is the increasing order. This order is actually increasing order according to the color. Okay. So at the in the contact zone, the color is red. That means in the contact zone there is a more force or more force or stress is required to deform the material. Or at that zone, the stress is more. Okay. And these stress actually through this curvature, just to see, means just through this curvature, means along the contact point, means along the contact between the roller and the workpiece, the color distribution, there is also a color distribution. Okay. So actually the pressure or means rolling pressure or the force is required to deform the material is vary along this contact zone. Okay, so I will explain how this pressure is varying. from the contact zone, means from a starting point, means entry point to the exit point. So suppose this is the radius. So in this zone, how the pressure or how the rolling pressure is varying. Okay, and from this rolling pressure, we can calculate the area by just multiplying the contact area. Okay, so first in the contact point, actually there are two type of forces. One is a radial force that is denoted by PR. This one. So this one is equal to actually PR at the contact point. Suppose this is the contact point. Actually, from here, this entry point to this exit point, all the points are contact point between workpiece and the roller. So just you consider here a neutral point. So in this point, PR is means this is the radial pressure PR, and and another force that is the tangential frictional force. So this is the tangential frictional force, and it's just tangent at that point of the curve. So this curve, the tangent of this curvature. Okay, so at that point the tangent will be this. Okay, so the surface velocity of the roll means the VR at the entry point, VR equals to the velocity of the seat. This point is called the neutral point or the no slip point. Means neutral point means where the velocity of the sheet metal and the velocity of the rollers are same. That point is called the neutral point. Okay, so at the neutral point, the velocity of velocity between the rollers and the sheet metal are same. But before the neutral point, suppose this is the curvature. Okay, and suppose this is the neutral point. So before the neutral point means before the neutral point, the velocity of the sheet metal. Suppose the velocity of the sheet metal before neutral point is v naught, and after a neutral point, the velocity is vf. So here the after the velocity vf will be always more compared to the v naught. Means vf will be always more compared to v naught. Okay, means before the velocity before the before neutral point is more compared to the velocity after the neutral point, and at the neutral point the velocity between the rollers and the workpiece are same. Okay, between the entrance plane and the neutral plane, the seat is moving slower than the roller surface, and the tangential force F is act on the direction to draw the metal into the roll. Okay, so before the neutral point, frictional force, tangential frictional force F is act to draw the material, and after the neutral point means at the exit side means at this YY, then the velocity of the sheet metal, the velocity of the sheet metal that is denoted by VF, this velocity of the sheet metal will be more compared to the velocity of the rollers. Okay, and the direction of the frictional force is reversed and oppose the delivery of the sheet from the rolls. Now, so from this diagram, from this Now, if we enlarge this view, so this is nothing but a the view of this. Uh, so this PR is the so this PR is nothing but a radial force, and this F is nothing but a this tangential frictional force. This PR and this F is the tangential frictional force. Okay. So and this PR means this is suppose a neutral point. So this angle is theta angle, and this is actually neutral point, and this angle is the beta. Means the neutral point to the and lines between neutral point to the center and the vertical axis. This angle is beta. Okay, and h naught is actually initial height, means initial thickness, and v naught is the initial velocity, means before entering the distance x means before entering between two rollers, and vf is nothing but a velocity after exit from these two rollers, and hf is nothing but a final thickness of the material. Okay, and this r is the radius of the roller. Okay, and lp is nothing but a this the projected line of means from the center to the enter point. Okay, and so where the material first and where the material this workpiece material touch with the two rollers. So this distance is LP. Okay, just remember this terminology and see this notation. So PR is a radial force with a vertical component P. Means this PR force uh, this is the PR force. This is the PR force. So this PR force a vertical component of P. This is the P actually vertical component of PR force. So the PR. Okay, and and if you divide this P value with respect to the contact area, then you can get the specific roll pressure, that is P. Okay, so this is the P, and P is nothing but a divided by a contact area. Divided by contact area means this projected length, this projected length, this length, this projected length multiplied by width of the material, that is V. Okay, so V is the width of the material, LP is the projected length of the arc. So this LP actually nothing but this is actually arc form. So the projected value can we get from this relationship, and ultimately actually by simplified this equation you can write LP is equal to root over of R into uh, del H. Del H is nothing but a reduction in thickness. Okay, so del H is nothing but a H naught, means initial height minus final height, means the thickness actually. Okay, so this difference is del H, and R is the radius of the roller. Okay, so just remember this formula. LP is means this projected length is root over of R divided R into del H. Okay, now rolling pressure distribution. So in the animated view, I have seen that this pressure actually in the first animated view. It goes to the first slide. So here Here the pressure actually distributed. Okay, means through the contact area, this pressure is actually not uniform. Okay, this pressure actually, this the pressure at this contact zone is distributed. Means not a uniform. So what the distribution is like this. Means at the entrance point, the pressure is less, and this pressure increases. This pressure increases up to the neutral point. Okay, and then it will decrease again like this. Okay, but at the neutral point, there is actually no peak value. Means this is actually curvature, not a like this peak value and suddenly drop, not a this type one. This is actually curvature. Okay, so this rolling pressure increases from entrance point to the exit point. Means from entrance point to the neutral point. This is the neutral point. Okay, and decreases means after the neutral point rapidly. So so this is the distribution curve. So here like this the pressure increases rapidly, and then and at the neutral point it becomes means peak, and it becomes more, and then again decrease rapidly. Okay, so the distribution of the roll pressure along the arc of the contact shows that the pressure rises to a maximum at the neutral point and then falls off. Okay, means then the false region. Means after reaching the maximum value, pressure again falls. The pressure distribution does not come to a sharp peak at the neutral point. At this neutral point, the pressure does not come a peak point, and because this actually this neutral point is considered not a point. This is actually area. So considered as a area, not a single point. Okay. And see, really, it is not a line or point. It is considered as an area. The area, and if you calculate this area, so this shaded area, and so just integrating this, just integrating this curve, okay, from initial value to final value, then uh, then this is actually the load, rolling load. So area in the shaded represent the force or load, the force required to overcome the frictional force. Okay. So means this amount of force is required. Means just this the shaded area within this curve is the force, and this amount of force is required to overcome the friction. Okay. Friction means between the roller and the sheet metal. Okay. And this the area under the shaded line AB represents the force required to deform the material in the plane homogeneously compression force. So now roll bite condition. Roll bite condition means how much the material will bite. Bite means just I think you know the terminology bite means at a time how much material will bite. So in this rolling process, the bite means this area will, this contact area will bite at a time. Okay. So this angle of so this the angle between this entry point, and obviously this is the exit point. So this angle is called the angle of bite or the angle of contact. Okay. Okay. So if the angle of bite means more amount of material will bite at a time. Okay. And just example, if you open your mouth big amount, then you can enter the food, means more amount of food you can enter. This is actually bite condition. Okay. So so according to the rolling condition, means rolling condition means this material or surface have to be passed through to roller. So this PR sin alpha means this is the force PR, rolling force, this PR, and this PR have two components. Okay, one is vertical, that is P, and another are this horizontal component. This is the, and this angle is nothing but this alpha angle, this angle alpha. So this component, so PR sin alpha, and this is the frictional force F. Okay, at that contact point, the frictional force F, and this frictional force also two component. One is vertical, yeah, F, and another is horizontal component, this F cos alpha. Okay, so obviously this F cos alpha will be more, means more F cos alpha should be more compared to the PR sin alpha to pass the material between two rollers. Okay, means the force in this direction obviously is more required to pass the material, otherwise material will not pass between two rollers. So this the F cos alpha should be more compared to the PR sin alpha, and so F divided by PR, F divided by PR will become sin alpha, means this also should be more greater than or equal to sin alpha divided by cos alpha. This is nothing but a tan alpha. So the ratio between the frictional force to the radial pressure, radial rolling pressure, should be more than tan alpha. Okay, and this tan. So if this tan alpha, when this tan alpha is greater than mu, okay, then the workpiece cannot be drawn, and even not only greater than mu, when mu is 0. So mu is 0 means there is no friction. So the material, in this case, material will slip. So rolling cannot occur. So for the rolling condition, mu should be more than tan alpha, and coefficient of friction should be always greater than tan alpha. Okay. So think in two situations. So this uh, this mu, the coefficient of friction, can be increased effectively by grooving of the rolls parallel to the roll axis. Means this is the roller. So if you are making the groove, uh, so this is actually the roller. So just making grooves along parallelly here, so to just increase the frictional value. It just this frictional value can be increased by moving the roller. Means if the surface is rough, so the friction will be more. Okay, and the coefficient of friction can be effectively increased. And there are actually two situations, and this using a big roll to reduce the 10 alpha, or if the roll diameter is fixed, reduce the H naught. Okay, so if the H naught is more, so in this case, if you increase the diameter, so here the angle alpha 2 will be less. Okay, and if alpha 2 is less, then 10 alpha will be less. So uh, two situations, either by in increasing increasing the roller radius, or by decreasing the initial height or thickness of the material. Okay. Now maximum reduction. So from this triangle ABC, if you draw this triangle, so this triangle, this is A, B, and C. So from this triangle, obviously AB is just A is the center point of the roller. B is the first touching point, or means in the x-axis plane, is the x-axis plane, means where the material just enter. So this is the big point. So AB is nothing but a R, radius of the roller, and this AC is nothing but a R minus A. This is R minus A. So what is A? A is the means the reduction in thickness. So means 2A equal to 1A is the reduction in upper side, and another A reduction in the lower side. So total 2A equal to nothing but a is original, means initial, minus A is F. Okay. So and this BC is nothing but a projected length of the arc. So this is actually LP. So this is actually a right angle triangle. So this R square, obviously R square will be LP square plus R minus A whole square. So from this formula, LP square is equal to 2RA minus R square. Okay. But here A is very small, means the this reduction in height in both two directions is very small. So the square value will be very less. So ignore this R square value, then LP LP square is equal to 2RA becomes, and LP becomes root over of 2RA, and this 2A is nothing but a H naught minus HF. So this is actually del F, a del H. So this is actually nothing but a del H. Okay. So and we know that coefficient of friction mu is equal to 10 alpha. So 10 alpha from this, this is the alpha angle. So 10 alpha will be from this relationship, LP means this divided by this RA minus R minus del H by 2. So from this mu becomes del H root over of del H divided by R. Okay, and from this relationship, you can get maximum reduction in thickness. That is del H. So the del H maximum will be when uh, means just you are ignoring this R square A square value. So this del H is maximum. So and the del H max equal to nothing but a mu square into R. Okay. So del H means maximum reduction can be increased by either coefficient of friction and uh, radius of the ruler. Okay. Now another is torque and power. So torque is measure of the force applied to a member to produce the rotational motion. So you know that torque is actually torque is measure to the measure of the force applied to a member to produce the rotational motion. This is actually torque. Okay, so in rolling process, obviously torque is required to rotate this roller. Okay, and obviously this torque will be nothing but a torque means just applying force, this P multiplied into the length. So if you suppose applying a torque, uh, so the torque will be nothing but a this P applied force multiplied by this length. Okay. Now some assumptions, the energy need to deform the material means some assumptions are there. The power is spent principally in four way means how the power is spent. The these four assumptions means have to consider that the energy needed to deform the material means so those energy is required is just needed to deform the material. The energy needed to overcome the frictional force, the energy needed to deform the material and overcome the frictional force. The power loss in the pinions and power transmission in the system to be also considered. The electrical losses in the variation motors and generators also have to be considered in this case. Now, so the moment will be just moment will be nothing but that is so loss in the wind of reel and uncoil must be considered. The total rolling load is distributed over the arc of contact in the typical friction hill pressure distribution. However, the total rolling load can be assumed to be concentrated at the point along the arc of the contact at a distance in the now remember this point the ratio of the point the ratio of the moment arc the ratio of the moment are made to the projected length of the arc of the contact LP can be given as this ratio means A divided by LP. So here we this here we consider this this is the arc length A. So this arc length divided by this projected area, the projected length of this arc means LP. This LP value. So the ratio between this A and LP value should be 0. 0.5 in case of hot rolling and 0.45 in case of cold rolling process. Okay. So in case of cold rolling process, the ratio is less. That means That means here the A value is less for a constant LP value. Now, so torque and power. So torque is nothing but a force into uh, length.
Moment.
Yes, force into length. So here P into A. Here 2 is multiplied because there are two rollers. So 2 into P into A. And the work done W is nothing but a here the it means length circumferential length is nothing but a 2 pi a. And so this is actually a value the pressure is applied T. So this area this arc means circumferential area is nothing but a 2 into pi into a.
Uh,
Okay, so this the work done is nothing but a 2 pi a into p, and there are two rollers, so it's multiplied by 2. So it becomes 4 pi, 4 into pi into a into p. Now, to get the power, you have to apply you have to multiply the uh, rotation, rotational speed n. This is nothing but in hertz, so it will become 4 into pi into a into p into n. Okay, so and so, so mainly from the rolling, we have to measure the rolling force. Okay, and this rolling force will vary from entry point to the exit point. Okay, now defects in the roll product. So I will discuss in later. Now let's see how we uh, experimentally can measure the roll pressure. Okay, so just go to the virtual laboratory. Okay, and open the your forging lab, metal forging lab. Where is it? This one. So metal forging lab. Okay, so by opening this link, you will get a different forging operations. So there is a one forging operation. This is the rolling. Okay, so in rolling, this is the rolling process. Some introduction about the rolling process. Now we open the simulation disk. Okay, so in by using the virtual lab, we can calculate the rolling pressure. Okay, so how much rolling pressure is required to deform the material? Okay, and you can change the change here some input parameters also. Okay, so now as for example, for in case of aluminum, I'm selecting the material aluminum, and the coefficient of friction, that is mu, that I've told. So in this case, in case of aluminum, the coefficient of friction is very low, and velocity of ram or speed means this is nothing but a velocity of the material, means v naught uh, discuss here. So this velocity is suppose first considering 0.5. mm per second. And the rolling process is under a cold rolling process. Okay, cold condition. So means below the registration temperature. So now what will happen? Then submit this, click on the submit button. Then this simulator will automatically open. Now here see that, okay. So now see this, when the material pass, just starting from, so the material will pass here. Just so here the material, this is the material, means slab sheet material. So this material have to roll between in big rollers, two big rollers. So when the material entered into this between two material, so between two rollers, then what happened? Here means force is required, means force automatically increased in case of upper roller. Okay, means actually here a force sensor is connected with the roller. The sensor is connected with the roller. So this sensor will sense how much pressure is required, and by giving the dimension of the sheet metal, and from this dimension, uh, from those dimensions, the machine can automatically calculate the area, contracted area, and dividing this means multiplying this pressure into this area, contracted area. This force means forming this rolling force. Rolling force can be get means calculated, or uh, can be calculated from the machine. Okay, so so now so when the material entered between two rollers, the force required for the upper roller, actually one force or means load detector is attached uh, between two with both the two rollers. So the force uh, detected by the upper roller is actually positive type. But means if you consider the force in this direction, so this force detected by the upper roller is in positive. But the same detector will also detect the force connected to the lower roller. So this force is detected as a negative value. Okay. So all the values are actually force value. What in the lower roller will detect as a negative value, and upper roller will detect as a positive value. Okay. So just when it enters into the between the two rollers, the force required force is increasing like this, and it is reaches maximum when the means reaches maximum when the neutral point comes, and then it again decrease. Okay, so this is actually for upper rollers. So when the material enters, the load required is less, and
Sir, time.
it increases. Okay, just a minute. and this force is decreased again up to low. So from this curve you can get the value. So from this curve one, you see this, you have the value is minus 20, and in the second image, here the value is near about 20. So force is 20. Okay. Now 5 minutes is remaining. So just now now I if I change the velocity v from 0.5 to 1.5, and same condition, this is a cold condition, then what will get? So in this case, we will get here in the lower case the force required is less compared means here from the beginning from the previous one, here the below 20. Okay. So by increasing the velocity, uh, the force required force is less. Now, now if you do the experiment in hot condition, giving the same parameter, means low coefficient of friction and velocity is 0.5. Now in this case, aluminum low and hot condition. So this is not available. Now so hot rolling in aluminum is not, I think. So suppose in copper, low coefficient of friction, hot rolling condition. Okay, leave it. I have to check it. Now, if you increase the coefficient of friction from low to high, then what will happen? So, what will happen in this case? If increase the coefficient of friction, so here the force required in the lower roller is around minus 15, and in upper roller is around 15. Okay. So by using this virtual lab, you can make a comparison study. Okay, मेरा स्क्रीन विजिबल है, आ रहा है स्क्रीन?
Yes, sir.
Okay, so from this
टाइम हो गया सर अगली क्लास का भी सर.
okay, just a minute. Next class is क्या है? कौन सर की है?
रमन सर की है सर.
Okay, I will give a message to Raman sir. Okay,
sir.
just a minute. So by using this virtual lab, you can make a comparative study. Okay, so is by using this virtual laboratory, you have to make a project. Okay, means make a comparative study. This comparative study will be different from one student to another. Means suppose one student is doing a study like taking one material, and he just varying the coefficient of friction. So what will happen? Another student will just varying the velocity. So what will happen? Another student will take the another material, copper. Then he will vary just the coefficient of friction. Then what will happen? Okay. and you will just vary, and another student will vary just velocity. Okay, velocity remaining the coefficient of friction same. So in this case, what will happen? So there are actually three variation in coefficient of friction and three variation in speed. Okay. So and even you can make a comparative study between cold and hot rolling operation. Okay, and in your mobile, this link will open. I have seen it. Okay, so in mobile, in your smartphone phone also, you can open this Martial Laboratory link, this link, and you just practice once. Okay, so from this curve you can get the value, and every student have to make a this comparative study, and this is your assignment. Okay, understand?
ओके सर। सर ये कैसे मतलब कुछ
Yes.
डेटा लिखना है किसी मतलब उसमें डेटा लिख के पहले वो करके जैसे मतलब रिसर्च
मैं बता रहा हूँ ओपन इट इन योर दिस इज कैन ऑल्सो यू कैन ऑल्सो ओपन इन योर मोबाइल ऑल्सो ओके जस्ट आई एम गिविंग 1 minute 11 हो गया ना ठीक है मैं रमन सर को एक मैसेज कर दूंगा ओके डोंट वरी
ओके सर
तो जस्ट आई एम now I have connected to my mobile. Okay. Just I am opening. Okay. So I think all of you are visual to my mobile screen. Now just I am opening VLabs. Okay. Are you audible? आवाज आ रही है
दिख रहा है सर। यस सर
यस
यस
सर
Okay. So here is mechanical engineering laboratory. Metal forging. Okay. I open this metal forging. Now process rolling. Okay. Now you have to click this simulation bit. This simulation bit. Okay. Now after clicking this simulation bit, you will appear this window. This window will appear. Okay. Alright. Now you select suppose material aluminum. Okay. And selecting low coefficient of friction and velocity 0.5 at cold rolling condition. Okay. Now submit it. So after submitting this, this window will open. Okay. Now enlarge this video.
सर डबल आवाज आ रही है सर।
Okay, 1 minute. Okay, now enlarge this video. अभी नहीं आ रहा ना?
अब सही है।
Okay.
अब
Now by enlarging this video, I mean say page, you will get, and just make your smartphone in means, like this. So you will get this car, है ना, एनालाइज करने के बाद.
Yes, sir.
So just take this screenshot. So like I am giving
Okay,
the
sir.
screenshot. Screenshot मिल गया मेरा.
Okay, sir.
Now taking the screenshot of the next graph. So next the screenshot मिल गया.
Okay, sir.
Okay. Now so here the graph.
Okay, sir.
So from this experiment you have got this graph,
Okay.
and from this graph you can calculate the force. Yeah, for the lower roller the pressure is -20. Okay, so as in case the roller is in below the sheet metal, so this force actually detect as a negative, but this is positive value. Okay, as the actually the direction is opposite, so that's why this value is comes in negative. Okay, but these are the positive value. And in
Okay,
case
sir.
of upper roller, we got here the same value 20. Okay, so from this this condition we will get now you change the condition. Okay, now you change the speed from prime to 1.5. Okay, more speed, and submit it again. Then this window will come. Okay, now just rotate your mobile, smartphone, and again take the screenshot of this graph and a screenshot of this graph. Okay, now see in this case, so in this case this it is, I think it is the previous one. So in this case the force on the upper roller is just you take the intermediate points. Actually the curve is zigzag, so you can take the average value. If you taking the average value in this zigzag region, so it will become, I think, around 17 to more than 15, but less than 20. 16, 17 to 18. Okay, so this is below 20, and in the for the previous case that was above 20. Okay, and you can crop this image also. So just crop this image, so this image will get a better look. Okay, made it done. Okay, so this graph you can put in your report. Okay, understand?
Okay, sir. Yes, sir.
ये कार मिल गया ना? Okay, so this you will put this curve in your report. Okay, so thank you. Decide कर लेना कौन means who will do means which experiment. डिफरेंट वेरिएशन होगा, ठीक है, बट
ओके सर।
थैंक यू सर।
ओके, थैंक यू।
थैंक यू सर।
ओके सर, थैंक यू।
थैंक यू।